Good morning, and congratulations to each of you on your nominations and for your willingness to serve the country at this critical time. Ms. Fulton, in your opening statement, you talked about one of the challenges of your job would be ensuring that military families are taken care of. In 2019, as the result of hearing from military spouses, Congress passed legislation that authorized DoD to use federal funds to help states come up with universal standards for professional licenses so that military spouses, as they're moving from place to place, can start work as soon as they arrive at a new assignment and they don't have to go through a whole extended licensure process. If confirmed, will you commit to bolstering these grant programs? That I'm pleased that DoD has already started work on this, but there's a lot more that needs to be done.
Senator Shaheen, I want to thank you for those efforts. We say all the time that we recruit the service member, but we retain the family. And this is a very important benefit for spouses who take advantage of those professional licenses. So if I'm confirmed, I would do anything I could to make sure that that program is working for our military families.
Thank you. We're still hearing from some folks that it's a challenge, so I know that they will appreciate that. Continuing with another issue that this committee has been very concerned about, are anomalous health incidents, also known as Havana syndrome, which have been in the news a lot in the last few years. I was pleased to see Secretary Austin release a memo that details DoD's commitment to the issue and urges employees to track and report any symptoms. But if confirmed, do I have your commitment that you will review the department's training and reporting processes for anomalous health incidents so that we ensure that people who may be affected understand what to do in case of attack?
Senator, we have to get on this issue anywhere within my area of responsibility where we can review and support that effort. I commit to do so. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Honey, I'm sure you're aware that PFAS is a big issue on our military bases across the country. And in the 2020 NDAA, this committee directed that by January 1st of 23, the military would come up with specifications to replace aqueous firefighting foam, which is the current biggest contributor to that on military bases. And then after October 1st, the DoD will be prohibited, October 1st of 24 will be prohibited from using aqueous firefighting foam. Can you talk about what you think needs to be done in terms of research to ensure that we can meet those deadlines?
Senator, the problem of what's also called the forever chemicals is a serious issue. In fact, my wife and I were stationed at, I was stationed at Pease Air Force Base. We took our kids back for a visit on a vacation, and I got to see the areas of the base that we used to occupy and go to were closed off for environmental remediation. So the environmental impact has been huge, and it does need to be taken care of. I'm not presently engaged in that area of research, but if confirmed, I do commit to you that I will get briefed on what the activities are there any obstacles, and communicate back to you where we are with this program and what needs to be done to meet those deadlines.
Well, thank you. If you were at Pease, you know that there's been a major cleanup effort there dating back to 2014, and the Air Force has been very responsive, but to replicate that at every base across the country that has PFAS, we've got a lot more work to do. So thank you for that commitment. Ms. Hinderstein, as you know, the U.S., Australia, and the United Kingdom just signed an agreement to provide nuclear submarines to Australia. And in order to do that, we're going to have to transfer some fissile material to Australia, despite the fact that it's signed a 1-2-3 agreement on the use of that material. So can you talk about some of the challenges that will be involved in that, what we need to do to help work with the Australians, whether there's any conflict with their 1-2-3 agreement?
Thank you, Senator. I want to say up front that I support the President's effort to shore up Australia's capabilities in the Pacific, and I understand the contribution that the submarine deal makes to that arrangement. But there are also some challenges that come with it, including the nuclear safeguards challenges, as Australia is a non-nuclear weapons state and has an obligation for international safeguards. I would say that Australia has been a leader on nuclear nonproliferation, and while this doesn't mean that we can transfer any technology or material capriciously, it means that I believe we will have a good partner in addressing any concerns that come, and I believe that we can use the 18 months that has been announced to actually define the arrangements to our benefit, to make sure that whatever the arrangement is with Australia, it doesn't set a bad precedent for any other country that may seek naval nuclear capability. And I would commit, if confirmed, to addressing this issue as well as to coming back and consulting with the committee.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.